Good evening, everybody. Something crazy just happened. I don't know what's going on, but I couldn't go live in the event that I created. Anyway, what's up? How was your day? Did you watch the video from earlier? If not, it's fine. It was just a quick little tip this morning, and I mentioned the self-coaching model. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this tool. I know you guys know, like, having tools to measure my growth this whole time has been, like, that's been one of the best, tools. Coaching tools are my fave. And meaning I find a technique that works really well for me, and then I have to turn it into a tool so I can teach it. But this one we're going to talk about today is the self-coaching model, and I am obsessed, you guys, obsessed with this. You're going to hear me talking about it a lot, and if you work with me, we're going to be working with this tool in our sessions, and so get ready. So say hi when you jump on. Let me know how your day was, and I also want to know, like, what is one result in your life right now that you're not happy with? What's one result that you're not happy with? I want you to have that in your mind, or, let me know in the comments. Let me know a struggle that you are constantly feel like it seems like it's a constant struggle. Also, what the self-coaching model will do is to show us why we do the things we do. Okay, yeah. So like this event thing, you guys, it's weird. It's like saying I can't post. Anyway, so I don't know. I hope you guys, I'm going to go ahead and invite, I'm going to let you guys know I'm over here because I could not get in. Let me go ahead and make sure I couldn't get in the actual like event for some reason. I don't know why. So here we go. I'm going to just find everybody on here. Let's do, okay. All right. I hope everybody kind of like sees that I'm on. I'll go ahead and let you guys know because this is so good. This is like gold. And when we learn how to use it, when we start to use it in our life, like our daily life, it's just amazing. I just cannot even, I'm going to get him over here too. Okay, let's get going. So I want these to be 30 minutes. So that's what we're going to stick to. So again, what are you struggling with? One thing, put it in the comments. I'm going to get my comments up right here on my tablet so I can see, and we're going to get going because this is something that you can use. First of all, find out why you do what you do, all right? Second of all, to raise your level of self-awareness, raise your level of consciousness. And what that means is you become more aware of how to influence, like how your energy is influencing your life, the life experience that you have, okay? Also, if you are trying to reach a goal, this can be used to help you get to that goal. What we do, first of all, like what's coaching? All right, what are we doing when we're coaching ourselves? We are coaching ourselves out of our own way. A life coach, which is what I'm certified in 3 times by 3 different teachers because I just love to learn by different people. I help you with your life. Like if you don't, like a life coach is someone who is here to hold space for you, for us, for ourselves, to get out of our own way, to ask those questions that are not ego like connected, ego-based. Hi, Susan. I see your pretty face up there. You're going to love this, by the way. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I'm going to have to tell you about this coach I've been following, and she also does, I don't know, we need to talk after this. I got to message you. But anyway, with coaching, life coaching is to get someone out of their own, like that's what, if you're not happy with the way your life is going, well, hey, I need a little coaching around that. We can do it for ourselves. Matter of fact, I did a training on self-coaching about 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, inside of here. Like I talked about it. And now with this model, the self-coaching model, it's a universal truth, okay? This, what I'm going to share with you, it's a universal truth. It is a technique. It is a not technique. It is a model that it's based in CBT, okay? And it's the way that our reality is formed, right? Our circumstances, our thoughts, right? Circumstances, we have a thought that creates a feeling, that feeling creates a behavior, that behavior creates our outcome. So I talk about this all the time, right? But I've just never had, like, I love the way that this girl teaches this because it is better, it's easier to understand and to apply to our life, okay? So when you would use this is any time when your results are not looking like you want them to be, right? If you've done a pretty good, also for healing. Oh my gosh, this tool is going to literally amplify our healing results, you guys. Like, it's gold, okay? Like, and I'm working it up a lot because this is how I changed changed the way that I was taking in my reality. This is how I got to where I'm at, like with my career and with my business and with my life, right? Of course, it's always a work in progress, but this is for in the moment when you're feeling like shit, right? Hi, Sabrina. When we're feeling like shit, right? Or we're in our feelings all that so much. Also to figure out why we do the things that we do. This tool will show you exactly why you do what you do. And you can use it anytime, okay? So, the purpose of this training is for you to learn how to coach yourself, first of all. That's number one. That's what I want you to take away from this, is how to coach yourself in those moments that you're like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on? And it's to also raise your level of awareness, your level of consciousness. It's the ultimate tool to take your power back. Like 100% you will take your power back. But before we get into like that total magic of it, I want to slow down and remind us too. This is all of just total acceptance. Like when we get into doing this work, we can get into self-judgment because then we look at our results and we're like, oh, it doesn't look like I want it to. You know, like right now, my relationship, like it's not looking the way I want it to, right? And so then I can get into, oh my God, what am I doing? Like, why am I experiencing this? I've worked so much on my energy every day. Like, it's just, we can get into that mind drama. This tool really is like the ultimate mind management tool. It's a management system, right? It's not something you're going to use, for a couple months and then stop using it. Like, no, this is a way to manage your mind, manage your energy, manage your conscious creation, right? What you're consciously creating, okay? And so it can tell you why you do the things that you do, right? This is what'll be the benefits. It can show you why you're seeing or not seeing the results that you want, and can show you why you feel the way you do, and it raises level of self-awareness. So what is it? All right, it is the self-coaching model. This is what it looks like. I know it's kind of backwards, but right here. So the self-coaching model is the tool we use to solve any problem. This will solve any problem that you have. This will solve it, okay? But you have to do the work and pay attention to what I'm saying. And that's on you, right? Like, I'm here to share this with you guys and then to show you this is what I'm coaching with. And this is what we're going to do inside of coaching sessions. I actually like it that I work with a coach that did this with me first. Not first, but that way I could see how it's done. So if any of you guys want to do that, we can totally do that. I will put my link, or we'll set it up on my link. So, okay, so when you apply the model, you'll be able to control your thoughts, which will allow you to create the results you want in your life. There's nothing else like this in the world. There really isn't. This, though, is a universal truth. This formula isn't something new. It's just the way it is. It's a universal truth. It's not going to change ever, okay? So, starting up at the top, so this is where it starts. So something happens in our life, a circumstance, all right? A fact, something that can be proven beyond a shadow of a doubt in a court of law. So when I say there is a dog, there's a dog right there, that's a fact, right? every situation, every event, every circumstance, everything that happens in our life is a fact, and it's neutral until we have a thought about that. So let's just use death, okay? When a death occurs, somebody dies, all right? That's an event, that's a fact that can be proven in a court of law. If we don't nothing happens with that fact, that event, until we learn about it, right? Until it hits our conscious awareness that, we can say our friend passed away, right? That next thing, so that event, nothing happens until we have a thought. So just like when I said that dog, there's that dog over there. And Susan, I know you shared Bob with me, okay? Bob with us. Your cute, beautiful little dog, right? Now that's a thought. So there's a dog over there. That dog is beautiful. So that dog is the circumstance. It's there. Then I say that dog is beautiful. That's a thought. So when someone dies, oh my gosh, I'm so sad that this person died, right? That's a feeling. Or sorry, that's a thought. Like, I am sad that that person died, whatever the thought is. So that's the top of the model. First, something happens, right? Then we go down, that triggers a thought. We have a thought, which could be a story, right? A belief of, if, let's say the fact is that our spouse cheated on us, right? Or they cheated, they slept with somebody else. That is an event. That's a fact. That person slept with somebody else. Now, when it's our spouse, then we have a thought and we're like, oh my God, how could he do that? How could they do that to me? I'm not good enough. Do they think I'm not good enough? All these things. And then that causes a feeling. Our thought creates a feeling, right? We have that. Then that feeling generates an action, a behavior. We go and we burn all their clothes or whatever, right? That behavior. Then that produces our results in our life, which is a bunch of drama. So I want to say this. If you have a lot of drama in your life, like drama all the time, it's just like everywhere. Everybody has, it's a lot of drama. I don't experience this very much anymore because I have been doing this work, and that's what will calm down for you if you do have a lot of drama right now in your life. So now you know what the model is, right? I'm keeping this at 30 minutes. That's what I want these to be. So now, what was the thing? Why use it? Why? Why would we use this, right? Why would we use this? To evolve, to become aware, our awareness. Right now, we're in our default way of being is our unconscious. Like, we have gotten into these habits of just being a default way of being. Also, the way that we respond to things are probably the same way we've responded to things for our whole life, right? Or like what we think is a big deal, someone else doesn't think is a big deal, right? But we have these default ways of being that don't serve us because they send us into this spiral of thoughts that put us in depression, right? When we're feeling depressed, it's from a thought. So there's two really important things to keep, and if you don't believe this right now, it's okay. Like, it's totally fine. I didn't either in the beginning of really? I can control how I feel through my thoughts, through my beliefs? No, other people control that. Now, when it comes to being an empath, and Susan, us being healers of feeling other people's emotions, that comes after this, right? I think that it's really important to, and this is what the model can help you do, is figure out, is something mine or is it not, right? So whatever you're feeling, if you're having a thought of I hate him, if someone cheated on, I hate him, whatever, and it causes this sadness and this jealousy and whatever, right? And then if we're in a good mood one day and we start to feel sad and we were we aren't thinking sad thoughts, then that's a good indication that it's not our thought. It's not our feelings, right? That is taking on. So that'll be another training. But for this mindset training, this is a mindset coaching training, okay? This is going to help you take your power back from your thoughts, okay? And it can get really complicated, but it's not, I promise. So if you guys or Susan, if you want to put like one struggle, and I'm going to show you how to use this, I need a struggle. I need something that is like, maybe if it's a result that you're not happy with, okay, share that. I got to get on here because I don't know if I can see comments. A result you're not happy with. Or if you're wanting to know why you do something, okay, a behavior, or, if it's a circumstance, and if an event happened and you're not sure how you should respond to that event or how you want to or whatever, right? But we first have to plug it in, okay? So this is how we use the model. When we're feeling, for me, this is how I used it, okay? I'm just going to share with you how I use it, how I've been using it, like not even realizing it. But like I've said in here in many trainings, is I would pay attention to how I feel. Every day I'm mindful of when my vibration goes down or when I am stuck in a funk. If I'm feeling like I'm just stuck, then I will pull this out of like, okay, how am I feeling right now? Well, I'm feeling like I can't move. I'm feeling like I don't know which decision to make. Okay. So for me, I don't know what decision to make. That's a thought. Like, I don't know what decision to make. All right. And then that makes me feel stuck, right? Or I'm trying to think what a better feeling it is. Feeling stuck is, right? Like when you say it would be a feeling stuck, Susan, of stuck. And then what does that do for the action? That I don't have any action. I don't do anything. I get stuck in analysis paralysis. That's what I'm feeling, right? Because of the thought. So going up to the circumstance, well, the decision. What's the decision I need to make? That's a fact. So, I can't right now. It is, leaving or staying. What do I do? So I will go up through this model and I'll just plug in where those are. So like circumstances is a fact. Like, so the decision I need to make that's what I need to make. That's a fact. Like the decision. Actually, I would think also the decision, it would go into the thought. Like right there. But hold on, let me see. I need to get these comments. Hold on a minute, Susan, if you've said anything. Because I really want to do this. I want to coach somebody with this. Of like, what we're doing with this in the beginning is just raising awareness around why we're doing or not doing the thing that we want to be doing, or that they're getting the results that we want. When it comes to weight loss, this is really, I know Brooke Castillo uses this for weight loss of like, when with eating and things like that, because I'm getting into, like, I'm looking more into losing weight. Like, that's what I want to do. And so, hold on, guys. Let me bring this up. And let me know, because I hate it. I hate it that I can't see the freaking, hold on here. Let me get on here. Okay. Okay, so you say I struggle with time management. Okay. All right, so let me get... Okay, hey. Okay, I struggle with time management. All right, Susan, you struggle with time management. All right, so that's a thought. I struggle with time management, right? That's something that you believe right now, right? So how does that, when you think of that, I struggle with time management, how does that make you feel? If you just how does that make you feel? What's the feeling that comes from thinking that thought? Because that is a thought. Because that's not a truth, right? That's not actually, it may be true to you, but it's not a fact in a court of law that you struggle with time management. That's just a struggle. So what does that cause for you? For that, you struggle with time management, what does that cause for you? Just that thought. And so if you put that feeling in there, so maybe frustrated, right? Or I struggle with time management, if you feel frustrated, and then does it cause, I feel frustrated. Okay, then what does that cause? You feeling frustrated about believing that you are struggling with time management, you feel frustrated, and then what do? Like, have you done anything? What's the behavior? What have you done? What's the action? So, and this is also how you can use it, is like, okay, so what are some actions? First of all, feeling frustrated, that's probably not going to, well, first of all, tell me what you do when you feel frustrated. Let's just go there. What do you do when you feel frustrated, Susan? And then that's going to come down to the results after you tell me what you do when you feel frustrated. Is it you don't do anything? Do you just divert to something else? Have you tried planning? Like, what is your planning like? When do you, then moving into coaching even more, what is it that you're not able to do? Like, where is that struggle with time in? What is it that you're feeling like you're not able to do because you don't have enough time in the day? And so we need to figure out what it is. What is the result you want? All right. To not struggle with time management, right? Like, to not struggle with it. But the actual result of, let me think, a result would be, I built my website today, or I finished my website today, right? That is a result. Or I signed 3 clients. That's a result. Or I lost 10 pounds. That's a result, but it also can be the circumstance. It can be a fact, right? Because that's a fact. When you've lost 10 pounds, that is a fact. You are 10 pounds less than you were before. That can be proven in a court of law. I know that sounds funny when I say it, but that's a good way to remember, like, to be able to discern between a circumstance and a thought, right? A thought always usually a thought is like, tells, like with the dog. Okay, the dog is beautiful. Is beautiful is my thought. And that's me putting it. Or, my partner cheated on me. They're an asshole. That's a thought. They are an asshole. That's a thought. And so what it is good to do with this is to get your models. So right now, this is a current model that you're in, Susan, is this struggling with time management. That is the model that you're currently in right now. That's how your brain is operating. I want to be in my studio more than behind the chair. Okay. All right. So, and then I'm going to just bust out some more. So what does that look like to be in your studio, right? What would you be doing in your studio? Sound healing, of course. I know what you'd be doing, but for you, let's just pretend I don't know. What would you be doing in there? Okay. I want to be in my studio more than behind the chair. Okay. So that's the result that you want. Actually, I want to go deeper. Again, what would you be doing in there? What do you want to do in your studio? Like, actually, I take that back. What is it that you're needing that needs to happen for you to work less behind the chair and more into the studio? Like, what is it that is it right there? Okay, now we found, as a coach, I have found the little groove of like this right here of, I want to be in my studio more than behind the chair, but what comes after that? That's usually the thought, the limiting story and we just have to become aware of them. That in some way, shape, or form, a thought that we're having is limiting us. It is keeping us from experiencing the thing we want to experience. Now, trust me, I'm like this is coaching. This is getting to the nitty-gritty. This is requiring a fucking shit ton of responsibility. Like, we take full responsibility for everything. Everything. When we have to plug it into here, because, right, perfect example of time management, right? I want to be in my studio more than behind the chair. Okay. And Susan, I don't hear you saying this, but like, sometimes us moms can be like, well, then the kids, have homework, or then I have to cook dinner for I usually always get what someone has to do for other people. So it's keeping them from doing things. And I'll have to always bring it back to, okay, but it's not them, it's you. What is it you're not saying? What is it what's the boundary that we're not setting so that we have the time? So, and I'm just going to go away for a second with this model because so now we know actually what the result is that you want. Now we need to know, what is it you need to do? What's the action that you need to take for that to happen? Do you need to get out there. I don't, and I guess to do your business plan of like your plan of what does that look like for you to be able to do that? When you ask yourself that, what is it I need to do in order to make this my reality, to where I am in my studio more than behind the chair? And I think of why. Why do you want to? Like, I'm even going to go deeper. Like, I want to be why do you want to do that? Is that where, because you're like, that is what I'm supposed to be doing in the world? And I know it is. But it's these questions of like, why do I want this? Because it's that why underneath everything, right? That's going to like propel us forward or not. I want to do Reiki and not hair. Okay, will I make enough money for myself? Okay, there we go. So that's the question. That's the thought. Will I make enough money to support myself? Right? That's the thought that you're thinking. And so that right there is like around confidence, right? Is around the confidence and the trust that, numbers. Let's just do the numbers. This is a really good practical exercise. Is how much are you charging? Do you know that yet? What are your prices? What are you gonna allow people to invest? They're investing. I don't like to call it charging. I like to call it investing, right? Because people are investing in their spiritual health, right? Their energetic health. Like that's what they're doing. So what would your prices be? And how many, so then we go into how many people you need to see every day or whatever, how many you need to sign or whatever it is, right? It's really getting your business structure down of what that looks like, of what does it look like to like, and right now you already are doing it, right? You're doing it. It's just now we got to amp it up a little bit. Not as much. Okay, not as much hair. It's very hard on my physical body. Okay, that's a good why. We have a why there too, right? Like the purpose behind like a why you desire being in the studio more than the chair. Besides, all that. It's very hard on my physical body, and I am seriously sick of the people. Okay, all right, and it's not serving you anymore, right? It's just not serving you with the hair, so that's completely fine. So now we have to figure out how we can make that a reality, right? How can we make that result of you making, and we're going to get really specific here. For me, I really go into getting specific, because then our brain begins to search for those answers, right? Our brain searches like all day. Do you guys ever know when you, like, even I know, Susan, when we've been talking or something's been on like our tongue, the tip of our tongue, and we're like, oh my God, I know that person's name. And then later on it comes because our brain kept thinking and searching for that name of that person. Our brain is a very magnificent organ. Okay, I would need to charge $100 a session to make the same. Okay. All right, done. So you charge $100 a session to make the same, right? And then how many days would you be open? How many days would you need to be open to be in the studio? But also, just because, and we're going to go away for a minute not go away, we're still in the model, okay? We're just figuring out the thought process that we need to know, the thought process to get us to feel the way we want to feel, that's going to urge us to take that action. What is the belief that we need to believe to get to that result, right? To change that, not to change it, we're evolving, but to consciously create a result. What is the thought we need to wake up thinking like, and this is where the affirmations come in, right? This is where reprogramming our subconscious mind, you're literally reprogramming beliefs with the model too, right? But the thing is though, like Susan, I'm going to go back to, I want to be in my studio. You said I struggle with time management. We'll go back to that for a minute because that's the first struggle that you came up with. Once we get down to the nitty-gritty of that, of like, okay, but is it really you struggling with time management? Like, is that really true for you? Or is that just like, for myself, whenever I think that it's my time management, it is a belief. It's a insecurity or like it's something. It's a block. It's a mindset block, an energetic block that is then me saying, oh, it's my time management. Because trust me, I still say it a lot, okay? But I always go back because I go deeper into that of like, okay, But why, like what can we do about that? There's always a solution, right? There's always a solution. There's never not a solution to something. Okay, never mind. 100 sessions. So anyway, just so I don't keep going, like I want to help you with this for sure. So actually let's keep going about, for you to have that happen, because here's the thing. If you don't do that, right, Susan, think about that. If you don't take action on this and find the thought, the belief that you need to embody in order for you, because it's never our circumstances. This is the lesson with the model. Our circumstances are not what cause our results. Okay? It's the thoughts we have about those circumstances. It's not the circumstances of our life that determine what we're doing or who we evolve into or how good our life is. Okay? It's our thoughts about the circumstance. Now, when we're in default and we've always thought the same about circumstances, so for example, when I'm going back to the cheating thing, or actually, no, let me go back to this. When we believe that, our partners have to go to like a funeral. Okay, so my dad died and David didn't go to his funeral because I didn't care. My friend thought that was awful, right? Her belief was a partner should go with, their partner to their dad's funeral. That was it was just a circumstance. He didn't go with me. I chose to have a different thought about it so then I could go about my merry way and my vibration was still up, right? And my friend was just like, oh my God, that's awful. So if you guys, and I'm just saying that as an example of what I mean by a circumstance is neutral until we add in our human thoughts. So Susan, I so would love to we need to get on a call and just do this so I can help you with this, because I know 100% we can come up with a solution of what it is, because I know there's other thoughts we're going to discover, right? That of why that's not happening right now. Our thoughts create our results in our life. They do. They create the results of our life. Of course, thoughts with action, all right? We can't just think things and they come true. But I mean, those stories that we tell ourselves are 100% going to be the things that either fuel us, which again, the thought creates the feeling. So what thoughts do we need to think? So Susan, wanting to spend more time in the studio than the Reiki, so a thought could be, I will make enough money as I do with hair. Why wouldn't I? Right? That's a thought. I will make enough money. I know that I will make enough money. It is no question, right? And I know maybe we're not there yet with the confidence, but I mean, or say I could slowly do it too. You could even take out one day of your hair stuff right now, because don't you have some leverage with that of maybe not doing hair as much, slowly evolve into more of the studio, right? There's just, your brain goes into all these ways of how can I make this happen? But what's the thought I need to think? So if it's confidence, right? Or if it's motivation that we're wanting, what's the thought that's going to motivate us? Well, here's one. I'm going to be able to help so many more people because I'm going to be able to be more present in my studio, and more ideas are going to come to me because I'm going to be in alignment with my true self. All of those things, people are waiting for me. This is a belief in my Reiki box, actually, Susan. I have in there, people are waiting for me, waiting for my offers, or waiting for my box, my subscription box that I am starting to get going, and I'm just kind of paused there, right? I'm coaching myself right now on my offers. And so, but I have to get away from the ego, right? And get into service. This is another thing with the model. It really tells us when we aren't showing up just to give value. So here's a really good thing, Susan, for me, that has helped me of it's called the value bank. Okay. There's just like a regular bank with money, it's called a value bank, to where when we show up and do live streams, we post things like you do. I love your posts. You do an amazing job with your posts. Like, I just love them. I love just the way that your message and how you write. And that's value, right? You're giving value. When we did the live together the other night with the sound healing, that was value. We were putting value in the value bank, and we weren't expecting, like, it's not our business how that the ROI is, the return on investment, right? It's not our business. Like, we will get it back, right? The value that we put in the bank, I call it the value bank. The more value we put in that bank, the more investment that we put in, the way we get it back, it can look like new connections, not just money, right? Money, yes, it'll come back in money too, but opportunities, like, it comes back in the most unexpected ways. So I think when it comes to taking the leap, it's just a thought. And I'm not taking anything away, Susan, from any other healing that we need to do. This is why I want to say this part about the healing. What we are stuck on, you guys, is a thought. And I'm going to use from the other night, one of the people on put an example of, I want to let go of I want to move forward from my past. Or how did she put it? It was the other night with us, Susan, where it was one of the intentions. Like, I want to move on from my past. I want to let go of everything, and I want to move forward. Well, then do it. What are we waiting for? Think about that for a minute. That is a thought that she had. I want to move. I want to let go of everything I've been through, and I want to move forward. Okay, then do it. What do you need? Like, what are you waiting for to let go? This is what I see so much, especially in the healing industry, right? In myself. It was almost like I was waiting for permission from someone else to say you're healed, or, oh, it's fun, let go of that now. Like, it's almost like we hold on to our stuff until somebody, or we're waiting for somebody to tell us it's okay to let it go. Like, all it takes is changing the story about that event that happened, which this is what quantum time, oh my gosh, the quantum timeline, the quantum time healing that I am certified in the timeline therapy, is about going back to that event, releasing whatever it was that we the story from there, and then changing around the way we see it, and releasing it and moving forward, and then using that story in our story, right? Because it shaped who you are. And so, coming back to the model here, the model is very practical. It's not, I'm going to add some spirituality into it, because it's like, it's so simple. It's just not easy, right? So, okay. I hope that helped. Susan, we really need to get on a call, and we can finish creating a plan for this, because I know, like, you are so gifted, and you're so needed. Your service is needed. And I think that when we fucking fear, right? It's fear. It's an illusion. It's not even real, right? I think that's another concept. So, number one, what did I say? What did I say earlier about the concept? I don't know. I'll go back through it and see what I said. But there's a concept about thoughts are not facts, right? The circumstance is the fact. Then we have a thought about it. Like, think about that. So for this training and just diving into the self-coaching model, what I ask you to do, what I suggest that you do, this is what I do, and this is what I did, and this is what I continue to do with my clients, is like, just start by becoming aware of your models. Become aware of when something happens. Like this morning I said, when something happens today, how do you interpret that? What are you making things mean in your day? Like, and just observe it. That's it, right? You don't have to do anything to it. It's not good or bad. And that's one thing with the model of, like, not beating yourself up because you're like, oh my God, like, I could have been past this a long time. Like, why? How am I creating these results? But no, now you know why you do what you do. Because of what you're thinking about. And if you're not aware of that, then you just think that you're just being controlled by everything, circumstance, whatever comes your way or doesn't come your way. And so for the homework and to get started with this, I will post this. I'll post this self-coaching model so you have it. And then tomorrow, and for the rest, actually the next, till Sunday or till next Wednesday. Sunday I'll catch up with this too. This is what I'm doing. I am just plugging in. So when I have a dilemma or if I have a struggle during the day or I'm just like, I'm pissed off, then I come to the model and I'll start plugging things in. Like, what was the fact? What happened? What's the circumstance that caused me to start all this mind drama? And remember, this is mind management. And the more you can manage your mind and the better you can get at managing your mind, you can fucking create anything. Like anything, Susan. It's like, it's amazing. And once you start to use it and understand it, because I know that right now, especially if this is new for you, Susan, I don't think this is really all new for you. None of this is new. I talk about this stuff all the time, but now it's just, I want you guys to be able to use it, right? To be able to apply it to what happens, right? Not just or work with me and let's do this together, right? We'll do this. But yeah, just plug it in. And what's your thought about what happened? I used the example of my boss earlier of being like, hey, will you come to my office when you're free, right? She just asked me that in my mind. She just said that, right? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get fired. Like, what did I do wrong, right? I start asking these and then I start feeling all nervous and anxious. And then that anxiety causes me to like get distracted and not do the thing that I was doing. And then what's the result? I'm not done with my shit, right? And it takes me. So anyway, it all started with that thought that I had of what she said. And then you plug in how you feel, what did that create? Or, what did you do? What did you not do? And then going into your results. Like, it's just magic, okay? So, that's all you got to do, all right? For one whole week, just watch what you make things mean. Now, then after that, once we do that, and why I say a week, or even if you feel like, you're like, hey, I'm going to go further with this. Like, all right, I'm going to go further with this. Now I know why I do the things I do, because this is what we have to figure out before we really amp things up. We have to learn why we do the things we do, right? Especially the things we keep doing, our habits that we have. You guys, we can change our habits if we want, but I will say, when you're feeling, depressed, you're really in a feeling, you don't want to like this is not what we need to do. This is not how to use the model. We don't go change thoughts and get out of depression. Like, if we're depressed, okay, there's something else, and that our body holds things. So that's when energy work comes in. That is when, meditation. That's when doing your healing, your soul care practice to find out what's going on. Why am I feeling that way? Then, or you'll get to this place, like after you do all that, which you guys, Susan, you've done a ton of heal. Like, we heal all the time. Or you might just go, oh my God, what the fuck am I doing? I need to think a different, like, Nikki, this is what I say to myself, seriously, Nikki, what are you doing? Like, what's the point of being depressed? Who is being served by that? Not me, for sure. So, just have grace with yourself and don't try to change stuff. Just become aware of why you do what you do. And then you're going to be able to, go full crazy with it. So I want to know how you go with it, what happens for you with this, what epiphanies you have. We'll do more work on this. This is just an introduction, all right? We will definitely do specific work on this. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to know what it is, your questions. Let's do this. Let's do this. This is going to be fun, okay? So, all right. I love you. Thanks, Susan, for hanging out. I'll see you guys later.